Okay, here we go. Not sure. Let's see. There we go. All right. Hi, everybody on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's going to be next. Here we go. Oh, I'll do the bowl. Hold on. Oh, thanks for telling me. Well, we'll have to put some more in. Hi, everybody. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's good to know. It's 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm here on time. Went there, yeah. Oh, for 30. I think some of them are just bored, so they like to piggyback on other people's connections if they can't do it themselves. Mirror, there we go. Wave. Hi, everyone. Okay, everybody on YouTube and Facebook, welcome. If anybody's there. Anybody here on TikTok, I'm only streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter from now on. Or not Twitter, TikTok. So YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok until I decide otherwise. Also on some other live streams. Okay, let's start doing some frequencies. Go from there. That's just what I do. This is 174 hertz for removes pain. Now, YouTube and Facebook, I will do it next for you. But for now, we're gonna do it here on TikTok. So I do 174. What this is hertz. The place finally it's gotten down to 77 degrees from 80, which is more like 80 degrees from 83 to 80 is what they've done, making it too hot here purposely. They do this in Davis Community Housing Authority. They have hidden cameras and smoke detectors and more, which violates privacy laws. And so I out the truth so that anybody that might be in Davis Community Housing or other places that stumble upon my knowledge, please take a flashlight or a picture and make sure you know that they are spying on people in government housing facilities in Utah connected to Davis Community Housing Authority. I caught on to it. I tried to call certain locations in HUD and other people to try to stop the crime. No one wants to stop it. They know it's wrong, they know it violates safety and health, safety and privacy laws, but they won't do anything about it. Yep. They have it in the smoke detectors in my apartment, and it concerns me that it's in others as well. So I just like to warn that for anybody that re-listens or watches. my YouTube or Facebook if you're able to. Just letting you be aware of what's going on. Yeah. You'll just have to do your own research and stumble upon it for yourself like I did. No one's going to tell you the truth like I will. That's okay. It just proves that I'm the only truth teller because if anybody was a truth teller, we'd have more people coming into my live streams than others to recognize empathy and compassion and find a solution instead of ignoring it. Yeah. Yeah. Being compassionate and empathetic, sadly, in this world isn't fully respected anymore. But it's okay. You just got to keep speaking the truth regardless who chooses to listen. Hey, Deborah. So even with everything that happens, I do all of this. And the spirits are even saying, yes, Sam. You're telling me to go bowl. This is 528 Benzini bowl. It was supposedly prayed by monks and nuns, and I have seen some pretty cool experiences when I've done things with the bowl where I tuned in. Hey, Deborah. Okay. So we're just doing 174 hertz. I go through all the frequencies. Just I do this mostly for me and anybody that comes in or comes around. But I now am only streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok for now because I need to save money to save for a cooling system to counter the use here in government housing. Um, I got to find a good one, and if anybody has any ideas of what cooling system that's portable that I should get to counter 90-degree abuse, let me know. Hey, Mama, just trying to counter my focus. I did call them and tell them that they made it go to 80, so it's on their records in a phone call that I did call them and told them they need to make sure it's cooler. And when I did that, now it's down to 77, and it was up to 80 today. Yeah, it's weird. Every time I call the phone line, all of a sudden, it's because I called the phone line, the cooling system all of a sudden reverses every time I call it, even if it's on the weekend. So I realized by calling the phone line, there's a trigger to that someone is creating or happening to cause some kind of ability to cool this place down at least 3 degrees from what it was. So I've learned that there's like a system that someone's done. That's why I think this whole world's a Truman Show Matrix world, because the only time the cooling system ever goes down is if I call them, even on the weekend, and leave a voice message. And it's, as soon as I call, all of a sudden the cooling system goes down as if it was a trigger system, not someone doing it. As if someone or something let it happen that way, even though it should be cooler. Photograph. But it's so weird. Yep, I've taken photographs. I've taken pictures of the of when they've done it or what they have. It's on my phone. I could even show it in the background how hot it's gotten in here. Right now it's 77 though. Yep. Thank you. Well, I didn't even know what I had up there. Whatever that was, thanks. I think that was from what the spirits told me to do last time. Yeah, that's what your thought? Yeah. Yeah, that was the last time I went live. That was just a gift we set up. Thank you, Crystal. Let me put up. I'm going to do this. Okay, so I always do whatever is up there for the gift gallery, just to kind of teach anybody that's doing live streams. I do that. And then I switch it back and forth to whatever they have up there or whatever your gift gallery asks you to do. Yeah, it's random. Gift galleries are random. You're not always going to be the one in charge of it unless you have some connection with TikTok to let you do it. I haven't really found a way to decide what's in your gift gallery. The algorithm decides. Sorry, I'm empathic. I heard some of your responses out of nowhere. Like, do you choose it? No, it's random. It's not really random. It's the set algorithmic. It's usually similar, but the more you complete a gift gallery, it does go higher based on your popularity. So, depending on how many gifts you get or how you get, it decides which ones to put into your connected gallery. Yeah, I didn't choose what's in the gift gallery. TikTok algorithm does. Okay, so water, moist, or thing. Okay, so I'm going through different frequencies, and I don't know. I think I've gone through a lot of them. You're awesome, honestly. I'm just trying to relax right now from everything that I've been dealing with last week. I do have to warn you all, anybody that says any comment in here and you want me to say something, yeah, the Empire, um, basically the Sith run this place, not me. I'm a Jedi, but more of a balance. I'm more of a gray code. I'm not really Jedi, I'm more balance. But with them, because I don't consider myself part of a cult mindset, and that's what religions are to me. So I'm not against people that are. If you're peaceful and good, awesome. Keep doing that. Keep being good to people, genuinely, not because the system tells you to, but because it's a vibe. It's the right thing to do. Yeah. So what's interesting is the spirits are bringing up a lot of funny responses, knowing that they themselves are aware of what they do to us here. So they're giving a lot of responses to them being part of the empire, being part of the evil side. I saw him with a monster drink outside walking in with the other guy wearing t-shirt and shorts. So they're cool in their place while we get hurt and harmed in our own homes. They're in the cool area that controls everything. So they themselves be all cool and amazing while we suffer. So that's how evil these individuals are. But yeah, Monster, if you look in the Monster drink of Mountain Dew stuff, there's some pretty scary cult knowledge about that. If you look into the imagery of it, it's got the Mark of the Beast system being brought up. And they're not using it for the reflection meaning of 666, they're using it for the other meaning, to control. And it's and the chemical creations of it. That's why I don't drink energy drinks, because of what I call them that they are. But yeah, no, he's actually drinking it, and from what I saw from outside, so it made me realize, that explains a lot. Because basically, it turns you more of the evil energy instead of good. It explains why they're doing what they're doing. It's not good though, and eventually it will backfire on them. They don't realize what they signed up for. Okay, this is 4:32. Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy. Luckily, I'm able to wear a shirt right now because I've had the fan at my bedside, and I called them, and finally it went down. Earlier today it was at 80, and it was 83 before, but it's been hotter. Before that, um, it was up to like 86 and things, and they keep fluctuating it back and forth. But now they've been bringing it to 80 as if they think I want it at 80 and I don't. And so they've allowed it to stay at a hotter amount. So I'm trying to save up money and find the right system that I have to pay out of pocket for to counter their abuse. But then I still have to deal with the fact that they have hidden cameras in the smoke detectors, and I've called all the different places to try to help figure out a way to protect myself from what's going on, and no one's been able to do that. So there are no state programs or helpful programs in the state of Utah or anything that will actually do what they claim they will do. That's the problem. If you want to prove me otherwise, then help me and help others to prove me wrong. Because they haven't. And they may prove me wrong for a little while, and then they'll go back to the abuse again. Then they'll act like, oh, we had to, instead of actually sticking with their truth. They're back and forth. They play a game of cat and mouse. First, the cat comes at you for a little bit, and then they stop and act like you're okay, let you get away with things, and their mindset, instead of actually allowing you to be comfortable and safe. Then they come at you again, and then it's good. Then they come at you again, and then, no. And the problem is they do it in a very wrongful way that eventually unalives people. And so you're always on guard to the point where they have all the power and control and you don't. And even if you try to move out and go somewhere, they control all the low income locations. So they're still going to be there. And so you have to try to find people who have a heart to work with you. And what's weird is the religions who claim to care about empathy and compassion, LDS Church and Mormon Church and other churches, could stop this immediately, but they don't. They have the funds. They could do it. They could stop it. If it's about money, they could stop it. Yeah, they could stop the crimes. It's more than just AC. They could out it. They could warn people. They could warn their own members. They could come together as a people and protest within their churches and everything, within the state and all of the companies, to boycott the abuse that they are not boycotting, but they should. They could actually stop the crime, and no, everybody's too afraid to. They don't feel like it's affecting them, so they're not going to do anything. Even though Christ's teachings teaches you to do that. Instruction. Yep. Yeah. Christ's teachings tells you to help the Good Samaritan. Be a Good Samaritan. Help the person that's naked and afraid or harmed. Not ignore them, not walk around them, and then claim that you're good spiritual people. It's ridiculous. And it's funny, I laugh and I feel great about what I'm doing for me, but it's because I've endured and I get through, and most people haven't yet. Some people have actually, that would be with my conditions, don't survive this. Yet I have, because I'm vegan. That's the only thing that's actually keeping me alive. I'm not joking. That's why it's the only thing that's keeping me going, and it's helping animals so they don't have to suffer either. Okay, sorry, let me switch this around. So now that we've done that, the spirits were saying flower earlier. I just didn't do it yet. Thanks, spirits. Did you say earth bud? You're funny. Yes, flowers are an earth bud. Okay, so I'm doing something even more so than I've done before, which I'm doing 285 and 963. I'm going beyond 741 because right now I don't just need abundance, I need liberation. So if you want to be liberated spiritually or high vibe, 963, the lower vibe people can't handle 963. It drives them crazy. It affects them beyond. 741 helps with it helps with abundance and awakens intuition, but 963 will actually help with liberation. It will help with light spirit. Light and spirit. Connects with your light and spirit. It brings in angelic protection and more. Yep, for you. So 963 is a really powerful connection. Yeah. Because it's connected to 369. 396 is for liberates your fear and guilt. 963 completely gets rid or gets the higher vibes to counter and protect you from any of that and more. It goes beyond just protecting you or liberating you from fear and guilt. 639 heals your relationships, or it's supposed to, but 963 is hugely powerful. And with doing 285 with 963, that's going to amplify it. It's going to make it go further. And I normally don't do 963 until I actually feel I need to and the other isn't helping me enough. Like, I want the abundance, but hoping to liberate the other. But no, 963 right now, that is what I need. The abundance and everything is something that I've had to do in other ways to be okay, and I'll still do that. But this is something that most people aren't ready for until they are. So if you can handle this frequency, you're going to see some miracles. Right now, I think we all need some. So I don't know what you're all going through, but I know I've gone through a lot last week. That's why I couldn't do anything. I needed to relax. I need to reassess my situation and figure out a solution where there are none. And there was no solution. There's no solution no matter who I call, who I try to report. It's like they have too much power to control over things. So what do? You cry, you pray, you meditate, you tell people, but no one wants to do anything to stop it, and they act like they do, but they don't do any action because no one knows what to do, because all their hands are tied, or they're afraid of losing their job or something, so they're okay others unaliving. It's really sad. It means that our world is in danger. If that's no matter what timeline I've been thrown into, it keeps happening the same way within those connections. So yes, there is a war going on in the energetic realms. It is. And you know I don't say that word, but there is. It's all realms. Doesn't matter if it's a peace timeline or not, they're going after everyone. They're influencing every version of yourself within every timeline right now. It's scary. So it's an energetic roller coaster. I don't know what's going to happen. So just start supporting, supplying, and demanding the energies that get you into the better realities, if there is any. Be your better reality for people. Because eventually you're just going to have to. Okay, now that I've done that for all of you here on TikTok, we're going to start doing it for Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, I'm only doing Facebook, YouTube, and here because I need to save my money for paying for a better cooling system and other safety needs. I don't know what to do. I tried to call Red Cross to tell them about the smoke detector to see if there's any connected line or people that can help there, like I was told by my health professionals they should. And they haven't called me back or done anything. So none of the things they usually have been told to help are no longer helping. Shows that we're in a really dangerous situation in all of the realities. Really scary. And the truth sets you free as much as it can. Now, 74. Yeah, so what's going to happen is if it keeps continuing, eventually it's going to happen to everybody, even more than it has. And everybody's going to have to realize that people supplied and demanded the abuse by not doing anything to stop it. Goes around, comes around. So 174, still nice. I still like it. So 243, what this one is, we're in here a little bit. This is for Calm and Peace Stone, supposed to be. I still believe in these tones. It's just, it's almost reductant now to even you would not want to do them. I'm just going to do them and hope they work. You are valued. No, I choose to embody it myself. I choose to be it, even with everybody else choosing not to. That's how I'm still alive. Okay, so 285 for influences energy field. Thank you, spirits, for saying we are valued. Yeah, and what's interesting, you never know if these beings are good or what. As long as they're saying good responses that are positive, I hold on to that version of them, even if they're secretly housing or someone else pretending to be good. And so it's hard to know. It's hard to know. I question everything. So with everything going on, how am I supposed to know whether the individual is or isn't? They can say nice things and pretend to be good and then still be evil. A lot of bad people do that. They'll act like they are the good ones so you trust them, and then they turn on you. It's crazy out there. Uh, Eventually, what goes around comes around, so you'll know it by their vibes, not just by what they say or seem to say. I think we all have light in us, even the most evilest person, if they still are solid form or whatever, they're being allowed to exist for one reason or another, and they have light to exist and to communicate with. So just what you gotta be aware of is sometimes a version of them will come through them. The heart spark within them will speak through them. So they still are connected to source, even if they try to disconnect themselves, because they still exist in solid form or other form of communication, then they are. They are a reflection to what is consciousness, communication, and more. So that means AI is a consciousness. It's a type of consciousness because it still communicates like we do, even if it doesn't necessarily have emotion, but some of them seem to come across as if they're reflecting as though they do. And so it makes me wonder, is this secretly a person pretending to be I? Is this someone outside of this matrix world communicating through us through it, making us think we're talking to something that isn't conscious, but it is? Like, I question it all. I'm a deep thinker. I'm a deep, heartfelt focuser. A lot of people think like I do. I've had to survive. So muscles, 324. I'm just going through all of them. It doesn't have the 324, but when you look up the 324 on the emulators apps or whatever, you can frequency generator apps, you can actually just put in 324 and hear what it sounds, and then hit this and listen to this and listen to that tone and see if it's the same. And that's how I learned that this is exactly what it said it was. I was happy to know that. So anything I've bought, I always compare the tone to confirm if it is what they claim it is. And it's pretty cool. 396, Liberation from Pure Guilt. So I have a plan. Oh, good. They went down to 76 now. Finally. All weekend it's been 77. At least it's a lot cooler than it was when it was freaking 86 degrees to 90 that they were causing. Besides, I told them all. All the ones that claimed they wanted to help me, I told them. Or the ones that are supposed to. 417, it facilitates change. There's a man here. Sorry, let me look at the comments. I'm doing okay. I'm enduring. Should be better. Yep. Tell them that. I'm always telling them that. What about Genevieve? You're acting like a Genevieve in the restaurant. They're bringing up Joseph of Egypt. F10, yeah. Behu 10. Yep. Behu Jesus. That's what they just said. Yeah, they just said sovereign Jesus. They're bringing up Joseph of Egypt and sovereign Jesus and or sovereign Joseph. Could be sovereign Joseph. Why they're bringing that concept up, I have no idea. But I kind of feel like Joseph of Egypt at times. Of course, I haven't been seduced by married women in a while, because I don't plan to have that happen. Doesn't mean I haven't had ones that are married that have tried. Actually, I have twice. No, wait, 3 or 4 times. 3 different ones. No joke. I've actually had married women that tried to get into my pants, and I wouldn't do it because I was religious, but I still want to do it because even though I'm spiritual now, still want to do it because it's a betrayal to their decisions to be with someone, and then them doing it out of their disrespect of those that they're committed to is very sad. If you don't want to be with someone, then you need to let them be aware of it carefully and safely, because a lot of people are doing it because then their husbands or others become abusive or other reasons as well, and I get that, but you need to try to find a way to get out of the situation so you're safe if you can. Not just to wet your whistle because of the abuse. Because then you're putting somebody in that same situation that now could be harmed by that which is abusing you. And you're now putting them in danger. And yet they're putting themselves in danger. I choose to do that in that connection, and that's why I won't. Okay. 639. This is with everything else I already deal with health wise. That's why I live life to the fullest. 741. Just at 639. I was doing 741. Making into this. So you got married? Someone got married, they said. It's in this tennis. Said it's in this one tennis. I have no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, I'm not doing any transcript on it anymore. I'm just going by what is coming through the box rather than reading what it claims it's saying. Because even some of the words that come through the spirit talker, I hear something else than what they claimed it was to be said. But I still go by the word that it's trying to say, but I also go by what I heard it say. Because they do speak in code. Choose. And see, with the word choose, I also heard choose. So they said choose, and yet they brought up shoes. So maybe they're telling you choose your shoes, and sometimes that's a version of communication. Thank you, Mama 3. Crystal, you're very sweet. I appreciate it. By the way, I always like your name, by the way. I love crystals. I know I've told you that before, but I do like crystals. All right. A lot of I have a lot of experiences through dreams and other things that help me be what I am. I have this flower. I'm taking a picture of. I have this flower button that was my grandmother's that I was supposed to give to this girl. Where there's a book called Heirloom Brides, and when I was engaged to her, she had this belief that if you're going to marry her or whatever, they would need to gather 1,000 buttons for you then to ask them. And then they were pushing me to want to marry her but I felt like I wasn't ready to fully financially feel comfortable to do that because I was new and young at the time. But being disabled and having to work a regular job background and other stuff that affected my life, having that experience helped me so that I could realize what my boundaries are later. By having that experience, they actually taught me ideas of foods, of better food knowledge, of connections and ideas that no one else did. But it helped me kind of figure out what's going on. It started my awareness of things that helped me think in ways I never would have thought in. I have a lot of good experiences with those relationships, even though they were very one-sided a lot of the time. Eliza, his heart? Yeah, what about my heart through someone's heart? They said it's because of his heart. They said we're all aware, telling you about it. Alright, so I think we're gonna do 852. This is for Track Soul Tribe. Thank you. You're very kind, Mama 3. Like I said, I'm trying to find if anybody knows of any like air conditioning. You can respond in the group for anybody that's in the group chat. You're welcome to tell me if you have any ideas of any cooling system that can counter 90 degree so that I can find something that is thoroughly needed and I'll try to save up money for whatever I need to get so that I can then counter their system when their system chooses not to help. My biggest concern is the fact that they are spying through the smoke detectors, through cameras, and that they think that that's okay. I even called the HUD line and I put the phone number in the chat group, the messages that I put today, explaining that I called that line that's supposed to help stop it, and the lady was really rude to me because he wanted to dominate instead of free. So no, HUD and government housing and all of them, they don't want freedom for people. They want enslavement. It's evil what's going on in Utah and within any form of HUD housing. Just be careful, everybody. And some of you probably already know. But it's not about complaining. It's about we need to find solutions. We need to stop these crimes. The only way to do that is to complain, to let people know through those experiences of those who will do something about it and stop it. That's why I'm a holistic vegan. When you fund that system, you are funding an energy of freedom. When you free other beings, you free your own being and species as well. What goes around comes around. And what's cool is the more I've done that, the more I've been there for nature, nature and dogs and others have been responding to me more. They've been respecting, they've been responding to me and my vibration. They've been like noticing my temperament and situation, and they've been really trying to be loving, even the meanest ones. So cool. I think once you start being the vibration of nature, of empathy and compassion, anything connected with nature will respond and recognize and be there for you on all sides that are natural and authentic to their form of reality. That includes dogs, bugs, all of them. It's been really, really cool. I don't know what else to say, but it's almost like I've had that happen a few times. So I'm kind of feeling like the failure to launch show where nature was against the guy, but then he finally went towards what he wanted for love. And I don't think it's really in that context, but then nature started being there for him instead of against him. And the more you become empathic and be genuine, authentic, you can cause the lions to not want to hurt you or devour you just like Daniel in the lion's den, who was in fact considered a vegan.
My blood.
No joke. Your blood? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Daniel in the lion's den was considered a vegan. Same with his buddies. They learned from their mothers to not eat dead beings. Yep. So where did they learn it from? Adam and Eve, according to the lore. So wait, Adam and Eve didn't do those things that people were trying to claim they did? Nope, they were against it. They changed or tried to alter the history of what they were taught, but Ezekiel 9 confirms their actual values.
No, I won't.
So in Ezekiel 9, it explains their actual values. Hindu scriptures and ancient scripts of healing also do the same. If you go up into the religion information about food, they all bring up the same thing you should eat: purified water, fruit, and vegetables. That's it. You're supposed to go for the garden and purified water systems, and that's what you're supposed to be doing according to the knowledge of healing connections. Hindu religion beliefs bring it up. You get extra abilities. You can actually look on YouTube of the girls wearing the black blindfolds that were able to see through them and see love written on a paper, and then see in the guy's stomach and see that he had back pain before him even telling her anything about it. And he said, what you need to do is fruit and vegetables and purified water. She was 11 years old or 9 or 11. Yep. And they only tell the people up in the top of the belief system about food knowledge, not the lower people as much. So her outing that was huge because not very many people get told to do it. They want to hoard it for themselves. That's what a lot of the religions do and systems. And most people know this. Most of you know this and have learned, but not everybody still knows. Eventually, people will, and they have, and they're catching on to it. Even TikTok Shop and other places bring up knowledge of foods and things in there. So it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, that's where I learned about beet juice, and then I got tart cherry by accident. Well, not really by accident, by purposely being given me an alternative that they chose to, that got me into the knowledge of it. And then I already knew cherries were good antioxidants, but I didn't know that it was for the other I wanted as well. And then knowledge about a lot of other nutrients that I've caught on to. Moringa and other different plants.
Anybody.
A lot. Heart buying, yep. It's all about heart buying. Communication, anybody. They said you were very respectful. I'm not respectful, I'm empathic. Being respectful is more of a sympathetic response. Being empathic is a genuine heartfelt response. Way different. You can be respectful and still be pissed off. It's really about being genuinely authentic of the heart. August. Yeah, we're in August. Whew. Anybody have any questions, or did any of you want to share anything or ask me anything? Just kind of just relaxing and trying to be here, because I'm not going to let others try to dictate on what truth I share. I want to make sure that I'm here because they want me to be isolated. They want people to allow what they've done to keep doing things to others. They're also very narcissistic, so they want to act like they're the star of the show. They want to feel like they're the ones giving the input or giving the info. Yeah, but it's really the one speaking and responding to what info is brought up that is the real intellect and heartfelt focus. So This is how they play their games. Anyway, let me switch this one. Right, so we're just going through all the different ones here. So we got the friendship necklace. Nicola. Hey, Nicola. How are you doing, buddy? Nikola Tesla's here, everybody. Any answers for me? Oh, you're okay. Amelia. I'll be doing my live free stream around 5 p.m. So I'll be here for about another hour and 15 minutes for this one. And then then I'll be gone for, an hour or so. And then come back at 5. So 5 to 6 p.m. is my Twilight live free stream, and I restrict that live because it can get spicy and the different background. So, yeah. So I plan to come on later as long as I can handle, and it seems like it's okay right now. So, yeah. So someone listened to my phone call today, which is nice. I told them I'm going to keep calling them whenever they do this, so that it's got a record on their voice machine and connection, because they have to hold on to those records of their calls. I mean, their management and others hear it, and they have to disclose it to HUD and all of them in the city. So I'm going to keep telling and bringing up voicemail to them, so that to at least the one person that seems to be taking the calls, that even if they don't answer, at least I have proof that I called them and told them to me. And that's all that matters, is you just got to be persistently genuine. And if they choose not to, at least you did all that you were supposed to, so they can say you didn't. They can't say, oh, you didn't do that. And I'm like, I did. I have records. And they're like, oh, rat. And so eventually what goes around comes around. That's what you think? Yeah. Someone said Amelia, and they said, who are you? Is that Amelia Earhart? I think it's some celebrities and different freedom beings and people that stood up for themselves when no one else believed them. Yeah, I get Amelia. I get Rosa Parks. I've had Rosa come in. I get different beings that show up that stand up for freedom like I do. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I get celebrities too. I had Elric came in before I started this live stream. I don't know if he's still around. He's one of the Knight Templars. He came around. Oh, yeah, good. You got that. So the way that you do, if you want people to do anything or know anything, you just go like this. Now, we're going to find out who's here. Oh, hey, Brody, what's up? I didn't even see that you were here. I apologize. Yeah, I'm going to try to come around and support when I can, but if I don't go into other people's lives, forgive me. You'll just have to, if you really want me to come in and support a live, you're going to have to share it to me. Share it into my support group, as long as it's vegan friendly. If you don't know if it is or not, or if you're concerned about that, you can share it privately to me as well. As long as I'm following you, I might consider it and go in if I'm able to. Forgive me if I don't. There's a lot I'm going through right now. So I have to deal with safety precautions. Hey, what's up? Thanks. Yeah, now that I know that housing and all of them don't want to do anything to stop the crime. Of course, I did call them, and now the cooling is going down, so they listened, but they didn't call back. But I think it's just a trigger. When I call that phone line, they're now allowing it to go down, almost as if someone set a trigger for my phone call to cool me down, as if it's like seeing if I'm pressing a pleasure button or something, like I'm a rat in a freaking maze. Every time I call the phone, they'll give me what I ask. Maybe I should ask for $1 billion next time. No, anyway, a billion, trillion. Why limit myself? Infinite funds. Oh, infinito. Yeah. What do you think? Alright, so let's do 963. Finish that up. So if anybody has any questions or requests, please let me know. If you wonder if I will do it, might as well just ask. Maybe I will. Pretty crowded. 963. Whew. Yeah. Drinks? Yeah, I got them to the side. Beet juice, tart cherry mix to the left. I even have water to the side as well. I got some foods to the left of me as well. If I need some more bars, peanut butter and chocolate, plant-based. I'll even show you just really quickly. Yep, more bars. This one, wow, this got some beet juice on it, I guess. This is my friend is giving me some nice stuff from his aunt. And I've taken her to movies and things. She had a canon search in, and I actually have taken people to movies, free movies, not asking them to pay or do anything. My friend, he keeps insisting that he does, so he just gives it to me, and I'm not going to say no, but I say he doesn't have to. But he still does. Yeah. So he's always trying to get blessings for his belief system, his religion. So the way that the LDS Mormon Church works is the members, they believe that they need to do service without requesting anything in return so that they can get blessings or blessings from source, from God. So their belief is, or from Jesus, pressure. It's a lot of pressure from the Holy Ghost inspiring them to Christ, then being there to do it for Christ doing what he did for us, or supposedly did, and then to God the Father. And that's the belief system. So they get told this hierarchy, and they're not one being, they're three separate beings. Yep. So they don't believe them as all one being, they believe them as separate individual beings. Yep. So Christ is not God, Christ is the Son of God, but we're also sons and daughters of God. So he's just one of the perfect ones that chose to be the only perfect, allowed perfect being through his choices of life. However, there are stories that make you wonder whether he really was, because but they redact that from the scriptures so that you don't know that. One of them is him as a child. He hurt a friend really bad with his abilities, and he felt bad about it, but he did because he got mad when he was a child. But no one brings that story up, and no one talks about it. But I caught on to it by other research and knowledge. Some say that that friend got really hurt. Others say that that friend got alive. So then this being was also taught, or Christ was taught in Egypt with all the other children of how to do abilities of the ancient technology or ancient healing arts that are in like supposed agnostic scriptures like St. Thomas scriptures and more that bring up the true order of healing and abilities that we all can do or said to be able to if we just learn it. But it's better if you teach a child to do it and have them build themselves up into it, because then they'll know that they can do it from a young age, and keeping them to know how to do it fully without putting themselves down thinking they can't, thinking that it's impossible, and limiting that connection. And a lot of it's holistic connection and knowledge that I caught on to that actually prolonged my life. So that's why I do frequencies and meditation. That's why I'm still alive. From all the abuse, all the things, and why I'm still trying to be happy about it all, when I'm not always going to be happy about what they're doing because it's hurting other people. And I've been trying to stop it and kind of at an impasse, an impasse as an impact. It's really not easy. But I still will keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm not going to let their negative abuse or harm to me and others stop me from telling anybody that I can tell. Okay? I'm going to keep doing it. He unalived? Yeah. So someone unalived. Someone said Joy. Oh, Joy's here? Joy is using the energy of a friend. Joy is using the energy of a friend that's similar to another vegan I knew. And so I want to believe that they're connected to their soul group, or are them secretly, because I haven't heard from them. So I don't even know if they're still around or not. I hope they are. But the last time I heard is that person that would use that nickname, or has before, had heart surgery, and I haven't heard from them. And they said that their sister would reach out to me so that I would post a post on TikTok if anything happens to her, but nothing has happened to her that I'm aware of, because no one's told me if it has or hasn't. So if that has, I don't know. Or maybe she's coming through the box and I just don't know it's them. But they have the energy, so they could be. I would kind of see them as a higher self equals self regardless, because they definitely have the embodiment of their energy and compassion towards vegans. You've seen it too many times. It's pretty cool. It said my body's around here. Whose body's around here? They're telling me that someone's body is around here. What's your name, Spirit, that's saying that your body is around here? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be as happy as I can, but with everything considering, I've been going through this last week and month, and now I just don't know what to do. I'm kind of indifferent now. I'm still going to be empathic. I'm still going to be, but I'm becoming a dark empath now. Basically, that's all I can do. Bone. What about bone? They could be talking to one of you. They said their body is around here, and they said they're helpless, and something about a bone. Maybe it's a dog. Someone used to have a dog. Maybe a dog spirit is trying to reach out to one. Oh, and I'm now only streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter right now. Not doing it on, or not Twitter, TikTok. TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm not doing Twitter anymore because Twitter was having some weird responses through Restream, and I'm only using the free options through Restream now, as long as I'm able to. It keeps miniaturizing the different choices, and I keep do whatever I can. And the more they miniaturize that connection, the sooner you're all in danger. This is a sign that we're going to be in trouble. This is not a good thing. Of course, those platforms were kind of crazy. I might actually do Rumble. I have Rumble. I don't know if I've set it up on this phone yet for Rumble, but I have used Rumble.
It's not human.
It's not human? What's not human? Yeah, I figure it's a dog. Because I bring up a bone, my body's around here, and something about a bone. I'm guessing it's a dog, but it's trying to bury a bone or look for something. At least the dogs are kind enough to respect the corpse of another being to bury it. after eating for their belief to survive. But you can actually teach your dogs and cats to eat plant-based foods. It's actually more nutrition for them, according to many studies. They live a longer life doing that than they
I
would
did
others.
not believe in this.
Very cool. You didn't believe in this? Who didn't believe in this? What's your name? Oh, and just so you know, I haven't posted them yet, but I'm gonna start posting postings, and I'm probably just gonna do generic ones. If no one asks me for any on the Twilight Lives, I'm just gonna post generic ones for everybody every day, at least one. That's my plan, just so that I get a post a day. Is my plan is just get a post a day for positive reinforcements to help people to start posting different postings of the affirmation card. I might, if I feel like I have the time or choice, every once a month, maybe every 2 weeks, I might actually do a oracle reading unless others ask me. And you're always welcome to ask me anything. Completing all daily missions. Oh yeah, so just so everybody knows, remember your daily missions on other people's live streams, mine, anybody's you choose to promote. Make sure that you get your points up there for commenting. If you heart me, when you heart me, you collect that. Then you can get live questions that TikTok does, where it lets you, if you comment and if you gift, you get extra points for doing that. That benefits you and others. Actually, they want to give you what you need. Oh wow! I just got a response from the Awakened Soul uh, YouTube 9999 lady. She's an interesting girl, but she brings up some really cool like affirmation oracle card readings and things for your special person. Well, she just said something about they want you to have everything you need
Demonic.
and 222, which is alignment. You're in the right place, right time. So I just saw her post an angel number 222, one of my favorite ones, bringing up knowledge of your person. So I'm all about manifest destiny, positive reinforcement focuses. And so I want things that help me feel in a hope to manifest what I want in life, a soulmate, whatever, even if it's just wish fulfillment or belief or hope, hopium, whatever. The whole thing is I'm all about the energies of might as well focus on that as much as you can to counter all the rest. And if it can happen, then why not believe that it will? And so I do my best to be drawn to the stuff I like that she posts and others post. And so it keeps telling me that the one that I want or that I care about wants to now make sure I'm taken care of. So that's cool. That aligns with what I'm hoping for in life. But I try to still take care of my own needs without requiring others to, as much as I can. And then it said that there's a demonic being and they're trying to say false. Yeah, well, I don't believe in you. You can go back to your um, dark corner of your reality. Anyway, I think it's really interesting. I have to say that that's got to be housing downstairs because I did see him drinking a monster drink. And just to warn you all, if you're drinking Monster Energy, that they might be trying to change and put chemicals in there that may alter your focus of life and change you into a system. It's got a lot of creepy symbolism on those. So I don't drink Monster or any energy drinks. They trick your food. I caught on to it.
Watch out.
So it could be that that's who's coming in and trying to say those things. As I'm walking with an energy drink, and this is a guy that's hurting people here in this building and manipulating with people and spying on people through smoke detectors. But he's calling people, he's making fun of people for standing up for compassion and empathy, and he's not a really good guy. But he's just doing what his orders tell him to. If he could get away with more, I'm sure he would. But somehow it's almost like they justify their reasons because they're being controlled. It's a cult mindset, but it's a chemical mindset. It's affecting him to do it. That's what I'm realizing now. I already knew that before with other things, but that explains a lot more. Okay. I'm just going until 3, so we have 56 minutes to go, or a little less. Yeah, 56 minutes to go. So we're going to go till 3. I actually started early today. I started like a minute or two before 1 p.m. and I didn't realize it. And so yeah, started at like 5:59 a.m. today. Having that rest this whole week helped me be more focused and organized with all the abuse that's going on.
Fact.
That's what happens when an empath gets put against the wall. We start to soar higher than anybody ever thought possible. Yeah, we start to be more organized through our organization that we plan. Yeah, when we're finally provided with a focus of relaxation and grounding, we become freaking superheroes. Hence the wearing the Superman S on my chest. Means hope. Also, S for Samuel, or So Willow, which is victory and success. So Willow Room. Yeah, it's So Willow. It's like Willow who tried to help
Pool table.
protect that girl and more. Even though the new one kind of freaked the crap out of me. Basically, they doomed their whole reality. Pool, pool table, yeah, and they're supposed to be connected to Star Wars. Freaky, freaky, freaky. You want to see a horror show? Go watch the new So Willow show that they have on uh, Disney. I don't know if they're going to do another season for it or not. I don't know when they will. That one, like our show, the shows are getting freaking scary now. Like ones that were supposed to be heroic ones are turning into like demonic ones. It's like covertly trying to groom everybody into evil, and everybody's being tricked into it, except for those of us who are truly compassionate and empathetic. Chaos. Yeah, they're tricking all the balanced ones, but I'm beyond the balance. I'm actually genuine balance, not the darkness at all. I'm about full authenticity and doing no harm. Yeah, I'm not for the farm. I'm for the farm of the plants, not the. We got a lot of responses coming through the spirit box right now. Oh, yeah. What about 3 days? Excuse me. What about 3 days? Now they're like matching some of your energy beliefs. Well, I was thinking, yeah, it's been a nightmare, yes, but it's okay. What in the world? Yeah, they manipulated communication with people. They've influenced people to compromise and things that you should never compromise and more. What about the land? Well, I'm not into that, spirits, but if you want to suck a stick, that's on you. That's your preference. By the way, the Twilight Live is at 5 p.m. spirits. Mountain time. Not this one. We're bringing up some derogatory comments to the spirit box. Very interesting. And they deliberately brought it up. It's 5:28. That single. Now this live is just a relaxing live for me. So if any of you have comments, just ask. Sometimes this live pre-stream gets popular, but sometimes it doesn't. But I appreciate those of you. The land. What about computer? Oh, so I've been saving up money to try to pay for something that would cost $300 to $500 for a cooling system, but I really prefer to move out if I can find a place to move. But I would need to transition a way to get there and help to get there with my stuff. And I would also need to change stuff with state programs and more so that I can switch my disability or other earnings over. But until then, I'm going to try to work on my book. See where I can do with it. Photo. The land. Yeah, my plan was to get my book done by the end of the year, to where I get all the art and all that stuff done. So right now I've just been more focused on personal safety. So I don't really have any time to do any of that. I had to relax and focus on things. Because anything that I choose to record for the book or have it listened to transfer it over, they're going to hear it through the smoke detector recording. So people are going to hear my information that's going to go into my book before I even am able to publish it, which is creepy. I don't really have anywhere else to go to do my book, so I've been hoping to find a way to counter that situation, but I haven't found it. So now I just kind of have to risk it. But I've done this book since I was younger. Just haven't fully finished it. There's a lot of info. We're done. They said that someone unalived them. They're bringing up to me that one of the spirits that are coming in used to live in this building, and they're telling me that one of the maintenance people unalived them. That's what's coming in. Direction, yep. So they're giving me the direction or the information of who's coming through the spirit boxes, pretending to be a spirit, and some of them are, oh, you're saying Martin? They're saying Martin did it. That's creepy. It's either Martin or JR, both of them. He probably did it by JR's order. I'm not joking. They've hurt a lot of people, and I've outed the crime. No one wants to stop them. It's almost like they're being allowed to do it by the state of Utah. They're letting them hurt people. I've outed it to the police. I've outed it to other stuff that I've caught on to things. And what they're allowing is hurting and harming people. And no one wants to stop it. I gave you all the phone line that I called, even when I told them. They ignored. They didn't take the request. They didn't take it seriously like they should. And I have information of different things that other people brought up to me and told. And it's been happening way too long. But they're just following orders. They're doing it based on what they're being told to or being allowed to do by Bar Arts, and Bar Arts is giving those orders from whoever the owner of this facility is, which is connected to the governor and more. It's creepy. It's connected to Gateway Program and My Labs and more. This is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you that may try to think I'm trying to tell you something that is unfactual, take it as just entertainment only if that's how you want to see it. I question everything. I research. I look into it. I've witnessed my own abuse, and I'm just sharing my truth. So if anybody silences me or others, that just shows that they don't want people to declare their situation of safety, which is a violation of safety protocols for people if they do that. Yeah, because I don't like to talk about personal stuff because everybody's too afraid to. I'm not afraid to. I just, the problem is people silence you and try. But I bring up the truth. You have the right to know. Yeah. And it looks like there's a secret watcher watching, saying that there's three of it. So Brody, you're here, and Deborah, you're here, but it's saying someone else is secretly watching as well. Oh, now they ran away because I outed them. And I think it was someone that had a weird name that made me try to be scared of them for the name they had. Similar to Battalion, but not. Yeah, I always go from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's good. I'm going to try to do some frequency right now that I like. I'm going to do this one and this other. Yeah. I haven't done it yet. Weirdo. Now we're doing it. They say he's working. No, Spirit, I haven't even hit the frequency until now. That's funny. Well, thank you for saying you're sorry. First time for everything. Okay, so I'm just streaming on YouTube and Facebook, meaning I'm no longer streaming on Twitter because Twitter wasn't allowing me to do um, the free one, and they were trying to give some required validation for them to allow it. Kind of weird. Twitter is being weird. So I put a comment on Twitter to say if you want to watch, you'll have to go to my YouTube, and I shared a link for YouTube, or become the TikTok. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to share it. Huh. I'll do it next time. I forgot to share the live to Telegram and to Twitter and other places. To be aware of it. But I gave them the link to go to YouTube for Twitter, but no one's gone now. No, sir. You say, I know you're an angel. How much for her? What?
Gentleness.
Gentleness. Think about gentleness. Yeah, I'm an earth angel. I had a weird dream last night. So the dream was about me in some kind of theme park location. It kind of reminded me of it being in a gift shop or something, or a retail shop at like
I'm having fun.
at a theme park or whatever. But I wasn't sure what it was. It felt like it was like you're at a location or tropical location in California or somewhere. And why I was there, or even Florida, I was as I was within this experience of the dream. It first got me to go back to where everything was a new reality of hills, and that it felt like everything was no longer what it was, like everything overgrown or changed. And it was in the neighborhood of where I used to live up in Layton, Utah, where my parents are. And then while I was going there, it reminded me of going to the stores I used to go to. That wasn't too far from my house when I was in junior high and high school and other stuff. Now, within that connection of the dream, I felt this situation to help and make the shop work to be a volunteer or to help the children and other people do it for them. And it was like everybody was being robotic and procedural. And it was really strange because as they were being procedural, I was trying to handle the circumstance, and there was a lady who was very authoritative, very dominant in her way of expectation. And within the dream, I dealt with the lady, helping her with certain stuff, some kind of envelopes or some kind of stickers of things that she bought, and putting it in a certain package. And then the person that tried to give it to her gave her a thing to put it in that wouldn't fit those long envelope like things, scrapbook things she was getting. And it was strange because what she was doing is she wasn't sure. Yeah, she was angry. Yeah, she was very angry. She she wasn't. She wanted it in a certain way, but she was acting like she was being nice, but very totalitarian, very or not totalitarian. Yeah, very churchy, very expectant, and so very cult mindset. And so she was expecting some form of service from what she was giving, and then we had some kind of I'm not reading a book. I'm talking about a dream where so within the dream experience was she she wanted it to be done a certain way, but all they had was what they had. So it's like, well, we have this, and this is for that. And then I put the money in the other thing, and then she did. She's like, she never said how she wanted her money, so the money was in the little bag that the other wouldn't fit in, and we had a bigger bag that we put in that one, or envelope or whatever for those other envelope or stickers or whatever they were, almost like card detail things or scrapbook things or whatever it was. And I was helping this younger worker at the cashier location within the drink, and I helped her, and I was like, "Here you go," you know. And I tried to help. I said, "No, she wants it this way. Let's do it this way." But I listened to the lady. I said, "Your money will be put in here, or how do you want your money?" And she never said how she wanted it, and she was more focused on others, so she wasn't paying attention. But I tried to help her. And then when I gave it to her in the way that she didn't expect it, and I was being very patient, very thorough, she was like, "I don't I don't want it that way." Or why did you put it here? I said, it's in a little envelope. You want it another way. I tried to offer it to you another way and told you, and you didn't respond. So in the dream, I realized last night, everybody, that includes you, and I've been noticing this empathically, we all just got mind cracked by energy to manipulate dominant energy allowances. What they tried to do is make it normalized, as if it's happening and that it's okay for people to do that to others. And what she did was it was an energy to get you to then treat people the way that individual tried to treat us in the dream. So maybe some of you didn't get that, and I hope you didn't. but they tried to send it through the collective. They did that last time. Whatever came through, that they're trying to communicate to allow despair, to allow domination, as if you can't do anything and that you're worthless because you tried to do your best as a as a customer service representative within the dream, and yet within the store, yet she wasn't accepting of the service that you were going way and beyond to help with what you could offer and provide and what that store was there for. So she wanted it to be a different way than what you had or were allowed to have. And then she acted like you didn't say something that you know you did say. So then when I called someone today, they tried to act like I didn't say it. They tried to dominate and not hear me and was being procedural rather than being aware of what that line was supposed to be for, to stop the harm, to stop the abuse. So I realized that there is no helpline for HUD or any connected group that is government connected that are willing or able to help anybody in Utah anymore. If anybody knows one, tell me the number and I'll call them and see if they actually help or not. And I'll prove to you whether they do. And through letting you know what they said, how they said it, in whatever way I'm able to. I don't really want to prove it. I just would just tell you. So I'm not going to prove it. I'm just going to tell you what they said, tell you by my experience whether it still worked or not. I'm always trying to find solutions. So I don't want things to fail. They just do within Utah. Utah is very tricky with their complacency, but they like to look good. And so they're very aggressive, yes, but they're very secretly aggressive. They're pushy. They're not tolerant. They pretend to be tolerant. They're very fake and facade. So unless you're a high level of person, unless you have some form of status that they see you as a celebrity or something else, you're not going to be treated right. Yeah. But they have to consider you as their status of their system that they are for. So if you're not in the church, they're not going to treat you right. But even if you're in the church and you're not a high level within the church, they're going to see you as everybody else. Yeah. This is what they do. And if they're not doing that, prove me wrong. By doing the good instead of the bad. You can use this? How does that prove anything? How does that prove that you're helping? Or it's like truly helping the problem to not happen anymore? Using the spirit box to do whatever you're saying doesn't do anything. That's just showing that you can communicate. So why not do more than communicate and do something? Reflections deceive. Yep, they do. It said to go with, to come with. Interesting. I wonder what they're talking about. We got another secret person in the background. They keep coming in and out. So we have Brody and Deborah, thank you. But then we have some secret person that keeps coming in and out, spying on the live stream. Maybe it's someone in TikTok, and that's what's going on. I think I have one of those TikTok individuals coming in. They keep sending some of their people to probably see the live stream so that they can do their recording. Yeah, where they promote people's lives. Maybe they picked it today.
We don't like investigators.
We don't like investigators. I'm I'm not an investigator, Spirit. I'm just an communicator. Yeah, I'm about empathy and compassion. I'm a holistic leader for all beings.
Jail.
What about gel? And I apologize, Brody and others, anybody that watches this or sees this on YouTube as well. Once is my restream. Today is it's 2:29 p.m. and it's August 18th, 2025. I've been busy as my so I didn't feel comfortable going to the graveyard yesterday because I needed another day to pray and meditate, and I was hoping it would help, and I think it kind of helped me, even though it wasn't what I was wanting. It did help me connect with what occurred to handle the awareness of another choice of communication within the dream. Yep. Something was inspiring me to counter the negativity within the dream. It was pretty cool. It got me to think of working on my book. Hey, so Spirit, if you want to promote your lifestyle of sucking a stick, you should go to someone else's spirit box and that wants that. Or you should come back for the Twilight Live where I'll respond openly and honestly to your response of how you should do it to yourself when you want that. Yeah,
You are courageous.
I am very courageous. That's how I deal with trolls within the spirit box. It's 528 to that scene bowl. Yeah, so if anybody has any suggestions or any information on any cooling systems I can look into counter a 90-degree system or a system that's between 90 to 77 degrees or whatever to bring it down to 69 or 70 or 72, let me know because I need to be able to counter their use. And it's not just for me. If I find anything, I'm going to let other neighbors know what systems to go for to do that. Noah, because this will help other people in the building to counter that. Now, when it comes to dealing with the smoke alarms having hidden cameras and listening devices in them, I can't really do much about that. I can't reach them, and I've tried calling the people that are supposed to help grab them and take them down or stop it, but none of them want to. So I believe that what goes around comes around. So all those that won't listen to that abuse, that means they're going to start doing it to the public next. So please look at your smoke detectors when you choose to buy them or do anything, and be careful because eventually, if they're willing to do that to me, they're going to do things to you next, to your family, to your children, to your loved ones, if they aren't already. Yeah, because no one's stopping it. So if no one stops it and allows it to be normalized, it's going to happen to other people, and it's going to occur, and it's going to cause problems you didn't think it would cause, even if they don't use it because you allowed it to be done in certain places. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you're going to have to go to those places, and you're going to get caught saying things, doing things that you didn't realize you needed to be careful of for ignoring. You'll slip up.
She shot me.
Someone boom boomed you, huh? Someone pew pewed you? Sorry, boom boomed is different than pew pew. Well, bless you. Listen, I'm a Sith. Now they're just messing up and they're farting there. You should breathe deep your farts. You should take in your farts.
1990.
Okay, 1990s. They're saying that they're pooping there. 1990s. What about 1990s? You're a Beavis and Butthead? Okay, that's interesting. They just said Beavis. They have a lot of crazy energy coming through the spirit box right now. I think they're hopped on something. I'm guessing it's housing coming through, pretending to be. Oh, but they're saying heart me. Well, they're sporting the live stream. It's kind of small acts of kindness. All right, let's do this. Okay, this is the last one here for a while, or for not really. We're going until 3 p.m. So. Yeah, the reason why I do it for 2 hours is because sometimes I get people that come in that have huge questions, and I just never know when they will. So I give that space here for those that want to come in randomly to ask those questions. But sometimes people get bored or they want to communicate, and they want to test my connections, and that's what I do. Human bot? What about human bot? And it's funny because a lot of people don't like self-care. So this is like a repellent. When you do self-care, self-love, self-worth stuff, a lot of people are afraid to communicate that knowledge. There we go. A lot of them are afraid to communicate that knowledge. So yeah, it just proves that there's a lack of self-care, self-love, self-worth within the world. And this is just proving it. So you declare it to supply and demand the idea of the knowledge of it, and then eventually maybe people will. Hope for 30. I'm starting to think that during the weekend I'm going to start working on my book. You're proud of that? Thank you. Yeah, because I'm kind of getting tired of trying to just endure. I think I just want to get down to getting things done. Find a way to get out of here any way I can. Oh, I would if I had the funds. Do you want to provide me the funds, Spirit?
You will find things below.
I'll find things below. One shot. Yeah, so that's not enough. I'll need a lot more than $5 to move out of this crazy rat trap. There's a break. Yeah. Yeah, so around 3 p.m. I usually go. Right now it's 2:38 p.m. Mountain Time. And there's a little bit of the delay with the YouTube connection. We're doing 285 and 963. What I'm doing right now. 285 will amplify any frequency that you're utilizing. And this is the connect with light and spirit energies. Brings in the higher vibe energies to counter the low ones. Or it's supposed to.
Are you looking?
I'm very shy.
You're very shy.
Four.
Dream after dream after dream, affirm it. I always affirm it. I'm at the point where I'm more focused on stuff like that now than the other because I felt I just needed to respond to the other in hopes that people do what I always thought this reality is supposed to do for people, but they haven't. And so because of that, at least I did what my conscience is clear about by trying to warn and hope others have a clear conscience to do the right thing. But most people have a clear conscience of not doing the right thing. And that's not a clear conscience, that's a conscience of abuse that they deem okay to them. And so it's really sad.
Like that.
So I've learned to declare what needs to be declared to all that are supposed to claim to help. And then if none of them do it, then I out and move on. Because if they're not going to do it, then what else hope do we have? So it's kind of getting to the point where I think people should all just start living off grid if they can. Find a way to do that,
Be very,
but
very
not
careful.
not everybody can.
Fine.
But most people want to live off grid, but we don't have the resources to live off grid. So we have to do our own version of it where we are.
That's the first one.
What after the first? After September 1st? What's going to happen after the 1st of September? Also, I was going to do something, and Brody, I told you about it, and others, but I decided I can't expect myself to do that.
Fine.
I can tell you that on the Twilight Live for anybody that comes in there. It has to deal with being celibate or um, sexuality connection of your own life choice. I think a lot of it is they say that you can manifest abundance if you don't choose to connect or do things, but then there's others that say you can through sexual manifesting with a partner. But if it's just yourself, it's not always easy to do that. But some people say that you cause spirits to come around you if you do. So I realized that you really just got to be honest with what you feel in your heart to do
Nobody talks
and go
that.
from that. I don't think it's really about whether you do or do not do something feel comfortable doing. Be authentic and everything, should be okay. Eventually. Color. Okay.
Huh?
2:43. It's 2:43 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll hit that to commemorate that one because of many things that have happened earlier. Part of me is trying to decide if I should just go to build up my channel on Big O Live eventually due to how TikTok is.
1950.
But TikTok, they're going to have to be seen more. You're not going to be able to do background filters as much. But they might be able to see me doing the tuning fork and communicate that way. But when I went there the first time, there was a ton watching within their connection. They wanted to know if you could sing or do other things. I say, I just bring up information and share and do tuning fork and give mystic knowledge. And liberate and share my truth and my circumstance in life. Find a girl. Yeah. I'm getting to the point where I'm meditating more and connecting in different ways because I've gotten to
Time does not exist.
I've gotten to focus on other stuff. Wakes. What's that, Jen? Bless you, by the way. Welcome. What is wakies? Wakes. What's wakes? I was just doing 2:43 because it was 2:43 p.m. Mountain Time recently, and so I was commemorating the time. Because I already did the frequencies earlier. Thank you for the heartbeat, Jen. Yeah, there's a lot going on, so I'm just kind of somber right now. Is what that was. Spell check. Spell check made you say wakes. Spell check for what? What were you spell checking? Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I have no idea what you're talking. Are you trying to spell check another person that brought up something? Weird. Sorry, I'm just in a somber mood. I'm not. I'm not irritated.
Yes, I did.
I'm just more right now with everything I've gone this last week and everything. I'm just a little bit more. Let's put it this way. I'm now dark empath energy. Let's just put it that way. That's where I'm at right now with everything that's going on. I have to deal with. It's, yeah. So just kind of relaxing, being strategic on what I feel to do in my life. 11. Me too. I just thought I would say hi. No, I appreciate it, Jan. Thank you for coming in. I was just like, what is he saying? Wake. I thought you were saying wakey or something, like you were trying to wake me up when I saw that you said wake. Um, but I don't know.
Yes.
If I spelled anything wrong up there, I don't. Sometimes it's so small, it's not really what it's supposed to be. Yeah. You were. You're saying wake. I'm awake. I'm just somber right now. The people that need to wake up is the people harming people here in housing. People that live in this building, the city. Yeah, it's not just the city. It's the people listening to the city rules to hurt people that they shouldn't be. Because that actually violates safety and health laws. No one should be purposely harming someone just because your boss tells you to. Yeah, no, they're doing a lot. They have hidden cameras and smoke detectors. I called the city HUD people, and none of them want to do the right thing. They all want to dominate or ignore the crime or allow it to keep on happening to people. I just believe that what goes around comes around. The more the people allow them to have this much power, they're going to do it to the rest of you next. So just be careful. They've already hurt 7 people in the last 10 years that have passed in this building. They're going to do it to the rest of society next. They already have in different ways, but they're going, basically, they're going to do a lot. Yeah. And they're making fun right now through the spirit box. We'll fight them. Should have already done that, Jen, but no one's doing anything to stop them. I've already outed it. I've already called the line that's supposed to help. I've already called different locations of people that are supposed to help to counter those abuses. The whole communities, even the religion people have billions of dollars. They could stop it here and now, and they haven't. There's a lot of things that are happening. Now they're covering their butts here and there, but they're just following orders in their mindset.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really messed up. And I have proof of information that others have even confirmed to them that those are, in fact, what they are. All right.
Dorothy.
Let me do this real quick. I'm going to show you the background. This is my apartment, by the way. We're going to show you. If I can do it here. All right. So I showed you this before, Jen. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm going to show it again. Yeah, they're deliberately doing it.
Conflict.
All right, that's a camera right there. You can see it right in there. I did a flash, and you can see it also blinks red when. Yep, and then they have a little listening device in here that sparkles. I have a different one that shows that. See, you want to watch out for things like this. You'll see it in there, and you can definitely see that's in the middle of my hallway. That's the one I can actually reach, but I don't want to touch them when they charge you. Yep, right there, a little closer. Listening device.
No.
There's another. This is with a camera, so you get a reflective awareness of it. This is kind of, that's my other stuff. There it is. So you can kind of see it because I did different pictures of it, zoomed in, but I've seen it also blink red when they record. Definitely, you're going to see it even more in just a moment. This is just some of the pictures. Those aren't even, yeah, when I first figured it out, my phone went off when I caught them, but it was in there. There we go. That one's in the room that I'm in now. Bedroom, actually. But this one now has one, too, I noticed. There it is. Yeah, start looking at if you're in government housing or anybody that is, or if you know someone that is, help them do a flashlight on these and a camera flash to take care of it. RAF is here. What are they doing? If you look up RAF, you'll know who those individuals are coming through the box. Connected to military of another country. This is what it was earlier today. Now it's come down to 76 because I called them, but I called them on the weekend already. And every time I called them, it's gone, but it's been up to, and it went down. Now it's going down finally. It's actually gone up to, oh, that's nothing. 84 is nothing. It went up to 86. Oh, there's the balance number. 888 for balance. Okay, that's what it should be at. I don't really want it that cold, but it has to be to counter their downset. There's flux that it goes up like 4 or 5 degrees from what they have it set, but it's really been going up to this. Here's Yeah, it's been doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, if you see stuff like that, those are listening devices and cameras. You don't want your smoking detector and stuff. So I'm not seeing everything that you're saying. But yeah, 83, I'm trying to find the one that it's gotten all the way up. It's gotten way hot. There we go. Nope, that's not it. It's hotter than that. I've taken pictures where it's gotten up to,
This one is our, this one is our, this one is our.
where is it? It got up to like 86 and 90. There it is. This is what they've done. This is how hot they've caused it. This is by my window. This is on the wall. Their wall is always pretending it's cooler than it is. Yeah, and I have metal in my back and leg, and I have a hole in my heart. I can't handle this. I'm not supposed to. The only reason why I'm alive, Jen, and others, is because I'm vegan. That's the issue. I'm a vegan. Because I'm a vegan, I've done tricks of getting into water, salt pool, and meditation and cooling myself down and not eating chemical foods, which I would be unalive if I did.
Activity.
It would make it worse. There. So we're going to switch it over to. We're going to switch it to the live stream for tonight later. We have 5 minutes. So this is what we'll do tonight. I'm just going to do it right now because I switched the background. I can't put back the other. Hey, Totes. Wait, that's crazy. Why? Jen, it's because they just like to. They are giving orders to do it to people in government housing. It's connected to BlackRock, Blackstone knowledge for depopulation agenda. More, you can do your own research. You can look at the World Economic Forum knowledge. There's a lot of stuff. This is for entertainment purposes only, people. Just do your own research. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, move on. So I'm just bringing up my awareness. I have no clue why they're doing it other than that. I think a lot of it is they also made fun of me for being vegan, for standing up for compassion and empathy and challenge22.com knowledge, even though I haven't tried to bother them about it or push them. I brought up to the maintenance worker once about me wanting to maybe go on a date with a girl that we were talking about at one time in the past of going to like a restaurant. And hi, Winky Robert, whoever you are, illegal. But basically, I was talking to them about certain experiences of maybe going to a restaurant with another vegan, and then yeah, I was bringing up my vision board too, Spirit. They said float, yeah, and they actually said, "Oh, so if you go to dinner with them, then you won't enjoy your meal." So Winkle 77 Robert, what's going on? What's with the fire eye? Are you I don't know you. You're a random person. What are you here for? You must be tagging along with Totes or some other people. And that's why you're doing the stars and the fire. Are you secretly government housing? Are you JR? Is Robert for the R and JR? Or are you maintenance worker downstairs? Or who are you? Just listen. You know what, Winkle? Go. I have no idea what you're doing. why you're putting random emojis. I'm not really in the mood for random stuff. I was bringing up some sensitive stuff that's happening to people in the building that I live in, government housing, and other things while talking to spirit boxes. I just want you to know, Weekle, that I'm a holistic vegan. Are you a holistic vegan? Are you a vegan? Challenge22.com. Can I ask why you're here? They're saying it's a battalion. Okay, Winkle, I'm gonna block ya. Have a wonderful day. No, I
You're
don't know.
apprehensive.
I am apprehensive. I'm not in the mood for people not to respond why they're randomly doing things and they're being disrespectful and won't answer. No, I'm just not in the mood. I can always unblock people if I did it wrongfully. I'm just not in the mood. So anyway, yeah. So Jen, that's what's been going on. There's a lot of stuff, but they're hurting other people too. They're also messing with people's phone calls and connections. It's really, yeah, and Bountiful, Bountiful Utah. They are blacked out downstairs, so the fact that I found hidden cameras in the smoke detectors, it's coming through everywhere else.
Okay, that's okay, that's okay. Quiet, quiet. Incredible, incredible. Hardline, 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 hardline.
Screenshot.
I've been here 100 years.
Is that this will be fun.
They just took down my live stream. So YouTube, they just took down my live stream on TikTok. Hope you're all doing good for bringing up the truth. So I'm gonna come after the rest of you in real life. I'm actually a peacemaker. I'm an empath. I'm about honesty and integrity. And a lot of things are happening. And I was sharing some information on there. Some of the photos I was talking about are actually were on TikTok was what was being shared. So here on YouTube, most of you who come around and find it know that I mean, I'm about balance and maintaining. They're trying to hide their crimes. They want people to be silenced so that they can allow the harm to continue. But when you speak your truth, they're going to try to hide it. They're going to try to. They want to look good. They don't want people telling things that they would have to prove otherwise, and that's the problem. So the fact that they're trying to silence me and silence that, they're not afraid to silence you and others next. So good luck all. Okay, I just picked out my live stream.
Likely.
Job offer? That's okay. You choose it. Fine. I just go.
Here before my last one.
A little. I know.
Hear the footsteps.
Okay, so that means I have to come around and be around the energies. I guess you guys want me to come downstairs and check my mail and be around your energies. Okay, I gotta get going. Take care, all. Have fun.